Hey guys, Jack here, and today we're taking a look at a glitch in BF4. This is not a new glitch, it's been known in the competitive scene pretty much since the launch of the game, and other players have created videos on this before. There's a great one by an ex-comp player called Rella, very good player, and I'd advise you go watch his video on the subject if you want to learn more about the history of it. And he posted that video over 6 months ago, but this bug or glitch or whatever you want to call it is still in the game. The glitch was acknowledged by DICE, and in a previous patch notes they actually said that they've attempted to fix it and made possible fixes. However, skip to today and you can still do this glitch and reproduce it with relative ease on PC. And I see no reason why it wouldn't work on console either. It just might be a bit harder to pull off with a controller though. So why make this video then? Well, I've seen a lot of players recently using this glitch more often in BF4 servers and on YouTube videos regularly, and I think it requires some explanation. So you know what it is, what the benefits are, what the downsides are, why people are using it, and hopefully it gets patched out if possible. And most importantly, due to how you recreate this glitch. Lots of players might be doing it accidentally if they use a certain playstyle and not actually realizing that they're doing it. BF4 is nearly 3 years old now, but it's still got a large player base and will continue to have a large player base even after BF1 is released, because it's a modern military first-person shooter and it's quite popular. Also, I don't want to see bugs and glitches like this in BF1 as well, and with it being on the same engine base and the amount of legacy bugs that we've seen in the BF1 alpha already, I wouldn't be surprised if you could do this in BF1. But I have to say that I didn't get around to testing it myself in the alpha, so I cannot confirm if it works in BF1. What is it then? It's known as the Zuzu jump, or the French jump. Apparently Zuzu was the guy that figured it out, and it was discovered by French competitive players and shared throughout the competitive scene. So if you've played any 5v5 or 8v8 comp in BF4 ESL, you'll probably know this already, but I think that the majority of players won't. And I have to say as well that this isn't going to make you into some sort of Terminator killing machine, and I'd advise that you don't do it. It's situational, and in some cases it's detrimental to your gameplay and will put you at a disadvantage, but if you execute it correctly and with a little bit of luck, you can use it every time you pick a corner if you wanted to. Let's take a look at it then. So one perspective here, this is me using the glitch on a private server. Seems like a pretty normal jump around corner with an aim down the sight toggle and that's it. But from the other player's perspective now. So on his screen it looks like my player comes around the corner and humps the ground before standing back up. It's kind of weird. So what's the problem then if it isn't obvious? Well, the player who's using the glitch is stood up on his screen, aiming at normal head height and can engage the enemy as per usual. The player on the receiving end sees a model hump the ground and stand back up, and it just looks really weird. It's a much harder target to hit, and it's messing around with the hitboxes and animations of the character model. The problem here is that there's a big discrepancy between the two game clients, leaving one of them, the person using the bug, at a massive advantage when peeking a corner. How do you do it then? Well, it's pretty simple, but it takes a bit of practice to get the timing down. You've got to sprint to a corner, jump, toggle aim down the sight as soon as you can, and then let go of your keyboard controls for a split second. And you'll notice that when you land you're going to slide a little bit because of the momentum of your character, and then half a second later when you've landed you can take control back and WASD around if you want to. So it's very simple: sprint, jump, toggle ADS as soon as you can when you're in the air, then let go of your controls for a bit. If you do it correctly you'll have done the glitch. Of course you can fire your weapon too after you ADS toggle if you want to kill the enemy. Now there is one caveat with this glitch that stops it from working. If the enemy sees you jump and you reproduce the inputs to create the glitch, your character will not do the humping the floor motion. Sometimes it will look normal like this, and other times you'll kind of slide along the ground like this, like an ice skater. So it still looks a bit buggy, but it's not the same as the humping glitch. Also, if you're too close to a corner, it ain't going to happen either, so you've got to be mid-jump before the enemy sees you for this to work. And also, there are some walls or objects in the game that are destructible, and although you can't see through them on your screen, your game is still seeing the enemy through the wall, even though that's not what you see on your screen, so the glitch won't work then. So remember, if you want to reproduce the glitch, it's got to be with solid walls between you and the enemy, and they have to see your character model mid-jump, if that makes sense. So in terms of advantageous situations, you're playing as an assault player on any map pretty much. It works best on infantry-centric maps like Locker, Metro, Propaganda, Pearl Market, etc. And if you want to peek a corner and there's enemies on the other side, 9 times out of 10 this will give you a good chance of winning the firefight because of how your body comes around the corner, humps the ground, stands back up, whilst you ral them in the face from head height as if nothing's happened. And about what I mentioned earlier about players doing this accidentally, it's a perfectly valid tactic in BF4 sometimes to jump around a corner and peek it. For some players it's their most effective playstyle, that's fair enough. You might not like it, but it's true. BF4 is an arcade shooter where you can fire your weapon whilst falling. This isn't armour. If you jump around a corner, your character model moves quicker and it's a more unpredictable, faster motion than just stepping out to peek. As such, a lot of players use the jumping around corners tactic legitimately, without any ill intention, but due to the nature of this bug, a lot of them could actually be reproducing the bug regularly without even knowing it exists, which is bad. Sometimes it isn't good to jump around a corner though, and it will put you at a disadvantage and you'll end up looking like a mug. Again, as such, this glitch jump won't always benefit you, and it could actually throw your aim off on what otherwise might have been an easy kill if you'd have just shoulder peeked in the first place. So there's a bit of a trade-off there with this glitch and with jumping around corners in gameplay in general. In the end, is this a game-breaking bug? No, I don't think it is based on its situational nature, but it can be easily abused if you know what you're doing and on the right maps in the right places. I definitely think that you've got an advantage peeking corners this way over players who don't know about it. Hopefully this video gave you a good insight into this bug, and I think that it's only fair that people know about it when they've been on the receiving end of it or watched people using it and wondered why they're jumping around corners all the time. Hopefully it gets patched like I said and we don't see a similar glitch appearing in BF1, that would be bad. As always, thank you for watching guys. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.